Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we are setting up another of my patron journals. This one is for Kim, and we have a new journal that I'm going to start for her. We're going to do a spread in it, and it is going to be her December start journal. So I grabbed the Winter Allure sticker book from Live Love Posh because Kim said surprise her. So we are going to do a winter themed spread, which is really fun because I have been waiting and waiting to use this sticker book. So thank you, Kim, for letting me surprise you. I also grabbed some tapes to go along with it. These ones are from Planything. This is actually a very thin whiteboard tape because it is the thinnest tape I've been able to find. All right, so let's take a look. As always, anything that I use in these videos, I will mention the brand name and then link down below with any discount codes that I might have for those shops. Okay, so this is a notebook from Archer and Olive that Kim chose, and this is the 8x8 size, and it is the Songbird, and it is very cute. I love 8x8 journals because you can get really decorative with them and still have plenty of space to write in them. I haven't used it for my own personal creative journal, but I do use it for my bullet journal. So look at how pretty this one is. It is so just like neutral and classic. I love how they have these little white bits in here along with the darker overlay there. It's just really pretty. This is on the back, no white there, and then the dual colors here. All right, so this is what it is. As always, it's 160 GSM paper. And yeah, so we are gonna go ahead and get started. I always start on this second page for my Dutch door spreads. So we have these tapes, and I was thinking, so there's a lot of stickers in here. This, I believe, was last year's like winter themed book, but I absolutely love this theme. It's very neutral. It fits in with this nice neutral cover. There's not too much color, though there are some like deep blues and some greens in there. So I thought the blues would go really nicely with these. And these go along with it as well. I love these florals. So I'm not quite sure exactly what we're doing yet, other than I know these stickers are kind of bigger, and we are going to create just some tabs going down the sides. I'm not sure how many pages we're going to do, so we're just going to go for it and start, and we're going to see what happens. So let's just look and get started and figure that all out. If you're new here, Kim is a Custom Chronicles member, which is my highest level on Patreon. And that level every 4 months gets a custom journal where I start the very first spread. And then they can decorate the rest of it. So I do love when people give me very exact prompts, but I also love when they say just surprise them because I get to do whatever I want and it's super fun. Okay, so this time we are gonna start and make sure this is in view. So how far do we want? How many Dutch doors do we want? Let's start, since this is a big journal, we're gonna start this one here and only leave this much space for this page so that we can do lots and lots of Dutch doors. And we're just gonna make some collages going down. And what I'm looking for is stickers. This isn't perfectly symmetrical, but it's a pretty nice shape. And I'll be able to recreate something like that, especially since in these Live Love Posh sticker books, there are 2 pages of each of these. So we're gonna do 1 page with these. Then we're going to go ahead and do a floral one, and then we're going to do 1 page with like the scenes, and add in the tapes as needed, maybe in between, and make lots of pages. I need to figure that out. Okay, so we have those. Books are an easy one for adding to your Dutch door page. I'm just going to do it straight up and down like that. I think that looks good. And then this blanket with the planner. Of course we have to include that. And then we have like the tiniest bit. So I'm just gonna add this right here. We'll flip it upside down to add the wood piece on the other side, just because I don't want to waste another sticker, but we'll have to fill that tiny gap on the other side. Okay, so in order to do this, we are going to get my cutting mat and my gyro cut, which is my preferred way of cutting out these pages. You can use scissors, you can use something like an X-Acto knife. I like this one, it rotates. Takes practice, so be warned that it's not going to work as easily as it does for me, for you immediately. I've been using these tools for about 1.5 years or 2 years now. All right, here we go. The weather has just turned where I live, and it's finally feeling like fall, and I mean, honestly, almost cold enough for winter too. So I'm excited to start all these winter spreads. Okay, so that is how the first Dutch door looks. Let's flip to the next page and grab the matching stickers, which again, this isn't gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be pretty close, and it's gonna be good enough. Okay, so we'll do it like that. This one in, then the book stack. This one I have to turn a little bit to make it fit as nice as possible, because again, these are not symmetrical, and the back side is never exactly perfect unless you have symmetrical stickers, but it does pretty well. Okay, this one, I might put something else there right in that spot, because we have some little stickers. Yeah, let's put another cup in there, but I am going to trim this to get the white part off so we can make it part of the scene. I think that'll look nice. And then a tiny bit coming over this other cup, so I'm going to trim that as well. There, now we have that part of this little scene. Trim off the part that goes over the book as well. There. Okay, and then I had this little sticker, and I'm just gonna get that little wood bit right there so there's something right in that little spot. Okay, so that first Dutch door is done. Now the question is, do we add a plain, like, washi tape waterfall tab style thing in between each of the decorative ones? Because that could be kind of cute. It would add more pages for Kim for her journal. Let's see how this looks if I put another piece of tape here. Okay, I didn't keep it straight. First. This keeps flying. We're gonna fix that. Okay. And then try to line this up. Okay, so yeah, I like that. Okay, let's keep this one down again because it keeps trying to escape. So the way that I do these, I always decorate the waterfall tabs and Dutch door parts first, and then I add in the boxes and any other decorative stickers because I want to make sure that I have enough stickers for the actual Dutch doors. Okay, so on the back side, we will decorate with a washi tape of some kind, but we don't need to make it double thick like this one. This one I was just making sure we didn't see any white like over here with the cutout. Let's do this one on the back because I really like this one. All right, and now we're gonna do some florals because I love a good floral Dutch door page. Losing my butterfly clip. I got the butterfly clips from Journal Say, if you're curious. Okay. Oh, we can't clip it because I need to know where to put these florals. Okay, come back. All right, so again, we have 2 pages of each of these, which should make it pretty nice for Dutch doors. So what I want to do is line them up so some of it's hanging over so that when we have this, we see all these different tabs coming down. Okay, this is a really nice one. It's big, takes up a lot of space. We may have problems with the small washi tapes after this one, so we might not be able to put another one down just because there's so much variety in where this one ends, but we'll see. We could also add some of the snowflakes in here, but I kind of like the big tabs. Let's do 2 small snowflakes because we have them. I think that would be okay. Okay. I am going to save these little pieces. I don't know if I'll use them, but they're big enough that they could be used. So I'm just going to stick them on the edge of my desk until I decide whether or not to use them. All right, cutting mat went over here. And again, just cut this out. You don't need a gyro cut. You can use scissors, but that would take a lot longer. Okay. I keep saying in every video that my cutting mat is not big enough and I just need to buy a bigger one. But I never do. So I'm just gonna keep saying it. Look at how cute that is. Okay, so again, the back side won't be perfect, but we're gonna make it work as best we can. Let's start with this big one. If we have to trim anything off, that is okay. If we have to add some other stickers, that is also okay. Like we're gonna have to, let's see, that is a snowflake anyways. This worked pretty well. We have this little thing, that little thing. It's pretty close. It'll do. Okay. Now, how did this one, was this one? This was this one. So let's see. Oh, that'll work pretty well going this way. It's okay for them to layer over. It just looks like it all flows together really nicely. Okay, then this one we'll put in here. And that actually works like perfectly. And then snowflakes. So we have more space on this one, so we're going to put the bigger snowflake here. And that's a smaller space down below. So we'll put that one there. And again, I'm going to trim these and keep the little bits on the side of my desk until I decide whether or not I'm going to use them. There are a few spots with little bits of clear sticker hanging over, so I'm just trimming that up real quick. Getting it all stuck to my scissors. I'll have to clean up the scissors later. Okay, so now this is where we're at. That looks so nice. I can't wait for winter. The question is, do I have a thicker one of these? I have a black one. I have a thicker green one. Green and white. Would that work? Okay. Putting things aside. That may actually look nice with the greens in here. Let's see if we can get 2 layers of this to line up. It would have to, I have to do it like that, or could I just do it like this? That actually looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll put the last one on the very last page and not make it a Dutch door. Okay. We've got a plan. Okay, this tape is also from Planything. Okay, and then on the back, let's use this darker one because I definitely want to use a plain grid washi, and I like adding a little bit more contrast too. And then totally not necessary, but I like to do it, is on the ones that have all this extra, just the straight lines, I like to round the corners to make them match the pages as best I can. I'm not going to do that on the edges here because don't need to and wouldn't fit with the punch anyways, but there we go. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, now we're gonna make some scenes with this stuff, just again, kind of collage style. What if we just use all the outdoor stuff and the trees and things? We have this layered just a little bit. Okay, grabbing the tree, the moon with the clouds. Some little branches, just trying to use this stuff up to make it all kind of covered in. That'll work, yeah. Okay. Then we need to figure out how to pull that page together in a moment, but that'll work right there for now. Okay, I dropped some bits. Okay. All right, so the thing that's going on here is that this is not very even for the end of the page when we're doing this. So either I can add more stuff here or cut it and add some tape. So I might cut it and add some tape and take off part of this. So we have not used which tape yet? We have not used the... Have we used all the tapes? We've used all the tapes. Okay, we could go back to do this one to match this page. And I think I'd put it like here or so. Yeah, because all that would be covered and that would make it a nice straight line and all of that. So we are gonna pull that up in a minute. I'm just gonna cut this first so that I can pull up the stickers and know where I'm cutting them. Okay. So let's see if I can pull these up and save them. If not, they will be disposed of. But these pull up pretty easily. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to hold on to that for a minute. We can actually use that on the other side in a minute. Okay. Okay, so one thing I've been really loving in journal spreads is putting two different washi tapes together, and specifically that is using a very thin tape as like an extra border. I just think it looks really nice. So I'm gonna be doing that on most of these. Just like that, leaving a tiny gap there. We'll see if it works on all the ones with tape, but it definitely looks good to match it like this on this page. Let's decide. This one's really thick. We might not need it here. Yeah, not going to put it on the thick one, but I am going to put it on this one. And then again, not on the thick one there. Okay, we'll trim these and then do that front page. Losing all the pieces. There. Okay. Okay. So we've done that. We will use this one again in a minute, I think. Let's actually just put these down. These extra pieces that I saved, and then let's see, how far over does it need to be though? Like here, except we didn't keep a straight line, so we're gonna shift it a little bit. There we go, and that's where we're gonna put it, and we're gonna fill in all of this. We're gonna use this one this time and the little black tape. There we go. So this one I won't be able to make a perfect scene like that one because I don't think I have enough like trees and stuff, but we can use these things as well. Because I don't want to reuse these images since we're already using them here. So we're just going to go ahead and make a fun collage using these really gorgeous scenes here. Okay. So I'm going to put over like that. a straight line. Get that one there. Let's do the bed like that. We have a little bit of space. So let's put this one here. What is this? Here's a tiny sticker. Let it snow. We can add that right there. And then we have these little bits. Do I have any tiny snowflakes or have I used them all? Oh, we have these little ones. Just get a few little branches in. That'll do. And then that's what that looks like from these other pages. Cool. Okay. All right, time for some boxes. That is so fun. All right, so towards the back, I think, are the biggest boxes, yeah. So I'm gonna lay down one box on each page and then we'll layer some boxes in with it. But I wanna make sure we're using the largest ones. Let's see. I can use the gray one as well. So that'll get me 8 big boxes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages. So this one I'll use a smaller box. And this one I'll use a smaller box just to fit them in. Let's do gray here. So I'm gonna put this one here. I could use the dark blue on a page or two. That would work especially on the pages with the dark blue washi tape. Okay, so I think we can get a big one on every page then. Okay. Let's do a dark blue one over here. This will all come together in a minute. And gray would look lovely here. Let's not go all the way up to the top on this one. And therefore not all the way to the top on that one either. Dark blue and what's left? This lighter one. Okay. Okay, so now we all have one big box on each one. I'm gonna go through and layer a medium box on each one and then add in a third box in a moment as well. Just to make sure we have the right size stickers for all of these. Okay, let's grab these two, figure out where they go. Let's do dark blue on this one. Gray would look nice here. Dark green, just trying to switch up which colors I use so that they're not two of the same colors on top of each other. That's the only thing I'm really looking at. I think the green and the blue will be nice. Ooh, that was lined up too perfectly. I want them offset. This one here. And this one here. Did I already do these ones? Yes. Okay. So now we have 2 on each page. I really like the look of 3. So we'll use one slightly smaller one. So all of these are the same kind of pattern, and that's okay because I think it looks really good when they kind of match like that. This one isn't going to fit all the way with that little spot, so I'm just going to put it where I can, and it'll go over this line a little bit, but that's okay. Same thing's going to happen here, I think. But again, that's fine. We'll just put it as far over as we can so it's a little offset from this one. Do a dark green here as well. And then this one needs something lighter. This one needs something darker. Green and darker green over there. Okay, so that has all the boxes. We still will fill in a decorative sticker here or there, especially with these last pages because there's so much more space in them. So let's start there. Like, let's actually put it here and get something there and kind of do like a this to pull it together. I think that'll look really good and kind of just make it all look more cohesive. So we're gonna add this there and put in a snowflake and a snowflake. This is a lot of stickers, but we have a lot of space right here, so we can do that. Okay, the other snowflake can go there. All right, and then to go with this, since she did, I typically avoid quotes in these patron journals, but since Kim did say this was starting in December for her, I feel like we could put a quote there and there, perhaps, if we find the ones that fit. Let's see. This one fits really well, so we're going to put it right there. We don't want to take a ton of space, so we want it to be pretty small. We do want this to be functional for journaling. This is similar sized, so I think it'll look nice on the other side. Okay. Over here, we do need some things too. We have these stickers here, so it might be nice to have this one right here to just kind of bring the theme together between the two pages, which means we have this little piece. I'm just gonna put right there. I think that one's good. Okay, this needs a little bit of something too. I do love having at least one thing with each little area. This fits really well. It's gonna go over this sticker a little bit, but that's okay because it's part of the layered group. That one will do something slightly smaller. This little blanket. Okay. This one can have a bigger one to sit right on top. Like that. This will do something smaller because we have all of this going on. So let's just add a little camera below it. This one does need something bigger, so we still have this one. And I think I want to trim it right here so I can put it up right against this. I think that'll look nice in this case. Then this, honestly don't think it needs anything here because we've got all of this going on. And then that's the front page. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think we're done with this journal for Kim. All right, let's flip through this whole thing. I love how this one came out. I cannot wait for winter. I hope that Kim enjoys this. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.